Hello everybody, welcome to Create Pretty Things. My name is Debbie. Today we're going to be looking at our Chalk Couture transfer. Just got this in the mail yesterday. This is how it comes. So if you don't know about Chalk Couture transfers, these are our subscription offering that come to your door every month. Every month you will get an 8.5 by 11 inch transfer. It's exclusive. It's not available for sale. You can't purchase it. It's only available to designers and club members. And this month, it's this old school truck. Isn't that cute? So these are reusable transfers. They're sticky on the back. They're silk screen. They make a great impression. Transfer your chalk perfectly, and they're wonderful. So it also comes with 3 individual paste packets in colors that they choose to coordinate with the monthly transfer. So every month these colors will change, and it comes with a little accessory every month. Sometimes it may be a little chalk chip, maybe like this, that would go with the transfer. Sometimes it could be a surface. We've had makeup bags, we've had plexiglass surfaces. It's just usually something different every month, which keeps it kind of fresh and surprising. This month it came with this galvanized metal piece of metal. So it's got 2 holes poked already, so you can hang it up. And it's the same on both sides, so you can probably chalk on both sides without a problem. And it's gonna be really, really fun. Are you guys ready to get started? Before we get started, as you jump on, please let me say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, you won't be able to see the live button up at the corner, but just comment #replay so I know that you watched. Also, if you're interested in getting live notifications whenever I go on live, that's backwards, isn't it? Then go ahead and let me fix this real quick. Comment. There we go. Comment I notify. In the comments, I notify one word, and then you'll be notified when I go live. Okay, let's get started. Now, the galvanized metal is gonna grab the stickiness of that transfer really, really well. And it's gonna hang on to it. So when you pull it off, you're gonna run the risk of stretching out that transfer. We don't wanna do that because these are reusable, and you can reuse them between 8 and 12 times with proper care. So this is how they come in this little cellophane wrapper. What I do, it has a sticky flap. I immediately stick that flap on the inside, and I remove my transfer. Now, I do keep these envelopes because that's how I store them, but they are on a backer sheet. Can you see everything that's white? This is silk screen. So your paste is gonna go through the silk screen onto your surface below. So whatever color you put on top of that white, it's gonna go onto your surface and stay there. So we are gonna peel this sticky transfer off the backer. Keep your backer because you want to store your transfer back on that to keep it in perfect shape. Now see how sticky these are, and see how you can see through that silk screen? That's where the paste is going to go through. These are the magic properties of these screens. So they're sticky, which means they're repositional, and also they stick and stay put. And then the silk screen is the magic part that allows the magic to happen as far as getting your transfer onto your surface. I'm going to flip this over. So we're going to do what's called fuzzing. And fuzzing just means to temper this sticky surface a little bit, just to make it a little less sticky so that when we pull it up off that galvanized metal, that it's not going to stretch out our transfer. It'll come off easier. So I'm going to do this quite a few times. This is very sticky, and I know that the galvanized metal is going to hold on to it just like glass would do. So I'm going to go ahead and lift it and place it back down several times. And it's still pretty sticky. Maybe 2 more times. I'm still feeling it pull pretty hard. So So I'm gonna rub it, and it's still pretty sticky, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and put my sticky side of my transfer down onto my metal, and I'm gonna try to center it and put it on there straight. Okay, so once I get it where I want it, I'm gonna gently smooth it on there. And it does look just a little bit crooked to me. So let me take it back up. And maybe I'll line it up at the bottom. I was trying to lift it up a little bit, but I think it'll go on straighter if I line it up at the bottom. How are you guys doing today? It's a Monday. Time for a new week, new goals. Oh, and now it's on even more crooked. See how strongly that's sticking? You really don't want it to stick that strong because you don't want to stretch it. Okay. That looks better. Okay, so we're gonna go with this. So let's talk about our colors. We have a cherry color. We have cherry. I have some little paste trays, but you can use a paper plate, anything to use these. Now these paste packets do contain more than enough to do your project. So you just want to squeeze out as little as you think you can accomplish. First of all, I'm going to massage each one of these paste packets to kind of mix them up, make them pliable, make them movable. And then I'm going to cut off a corner off the bottom. Now you may be saying, why the bottom? Because I want to keep this little label on the top that shows the color. So I'm going to cut off a small corner, and I'm going to squeeze some out onto my tray. I can always add more, but once it's out of the jar, out of the paste packet, you cannot put it back in. So less to start with. This is our cherry. And I'm also going to do our colonial blue, one of my favorite colors. Colonial blue is the very first paste color I purchased when I joined as a designer. I thought it was an amazing color, and I still do. So it is one of my favorites. Okay, so when I go to put these away, I'm going to squeeze the paste down. I'm going to roll up the edge, and I'm going to seal it with a piece of tape and put it in a baggie so that I can reuse that. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to do the truck red. And I'm going to do, I'm just hoping there's not a protective, I'm checking to see if there's like a protective coating on here. I don't think so. Okay, so I'm gonna do maybe the top of the truck kind of blue. And I'm just gonna go with it, guys. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've got these little reusable squeegees, and they're silicone, and they have a little beveled edge. I'm gonna start with my truck, and I think I'm gonna do like the hood red. So I'm just going to spread, I'm going to get a little bit of paste on my squeegee and start to paste this on. Now this is chalk in a paste form, and it goes on really easily, but you also want to peel this transfer up before it dries in the silk screen, because that's going to give you a nice consistent transfer lines on your surface down below. So I'm going to do the red right here. Maybe I'll do a red door. Let's do the door red as well. So I'm doing a red and blue truck, and I'm not sure how this is going to look, but you know what? I can always do this again. The transfer is reusable. I can pick a different surface and add it to it later and try different colors. Make sure you go all the way to the edge of whatever you want to chalk, okay? Okay, so I've got my red. Now I'm going to get another squeegee. I could just wipe off that one, but I'm going to get a different one. And I am going to do my blue. So I'm going to do my blue roof and door panels. And I'm going to do the tires black. And we're going to do the paste and pull method, which is designed so that your paste does not dry in your silk screen, that it will go down to the surface down below and stay there. Whoops. And if you don't do that, you run that risk of it coming up with a transfer. Okay, so I'm going to do my wheel well, my front bumper in blue. Get my headlamp here. Did you guys ever have an experience with the old trucks? Did you guys ever have a family member that has one of these? We used to ride an old truck, so I think my uncle had one. And they were a lot of fun. I'm going right up to that red door with the paste. And actually, I need a little red right here, just to make sure it butts up to where it's supposed to go. I'm going to finish off the back fender of my truck with blue. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the black wheel. And notice I've almost used up all my blue paste, but I'm going to add more if I need it. So don't worry about that. It's better to squeeze less out and add more as you chalk. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go to my black, and I'm going to use a mini squeegee cut in half for this. This is the same size as this one, but I cut it in half to get a smaller squeegee. So don't be afraid to cut your squeegees up if it suits your purpose. They are great. There's also a little detail tool that you can use, but I think I like the little squeegees cut in half better. So I'm just going to get these wheels on here. And I might as well go ahead and do my superpower in red. Let's go and do that in red. So just these words, superpower, in the red. Okay, now I can kind of sense that this is starting to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and pull this up a little bit and we'll see what it looks like. Now remember I said this is going to stick very firmly. Wow, what do you guys think of that truck? I love it. Oh my gosh. That's wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and dry it. I'm going to dry it so I don't mess it up. Now, if you pull it down and you see that you've missed something, you can go ahead and put it back down and continue chalking. Like I look like I might cut off some of this R on superpower. So I'm going to go ahead and let this fall back down into place. Yeah, I did miss that. So I'm just going to go back up and chalk on that top of that R that I left off. I'm going to peel it up to release it. It looks great. So now I'm going to go ahead and lay this down and I'm going to rub over the areas that I have not pasted. So Old School, Legend. I think I'm going to do Old School in blue, so I'm going to go ahead and squeeze some more of my paste out of my packet. And we're going to do Old School. Now this paste is pretty economical. A little goes a long way. And basically it spreads just like butter on a hot piece of toast. You're going to spread it as you get extra in one place, you can move it to the next place. Just keep on spreading it till it's thin. Now I do have an air bubble right here. I can see it. So I'm going to lift up and try to squeeze that out. Hopefully, if you have air bubbles, your paste could run. It won't give you that crisp design that you're looking for. So you don't want any air bubbles. Hopefully I got that out in time. Now, when you're done covering up your design, go ahead and go back over it again. You're going to even out the lines that you put on there so that you don't have as many marks or lines throughout your design. And you're going to move that extra paste so that it dries a little quicker. So let's go ahead and peel this down and see what we have. All right. My husband always tells me about his old 40 Chevys and old trucks that he used to ride in when he was younger. He had a blast. That was kind of his life. Maybe a different era, because I'm so young. Do you guys notice I have a little bit of red going through that old school? All right. In through here. I think it looks kind of cool. So if you do some things that you don't intend to do, don't panic, because they could end up looking really, really cool. I'm going to do Legend in red. What do you guys think? Would that be the best color for this? And then what color do you think this Live Free and Ride Faster should be? Put it in the comments what color you think that bottom line should be. So, oh, and there's also some marks underneath this red. Maybe I should do those in black. I didn't really notice those. Make sure you do all your margins on your design. I tend to leave those off, or I just miss them. So make sure you get those. You guys, I'm loving this. I'm gonna get my black and do these, I don't know if you can see them, but they're like skid marks, or maybe it's the running boards underneath that truck, right in here. Some right over here. Let's peel it down and see what it looks like. Maybe I'll peel it up. Let's peel it up this time. So whenever you're peeling up your transfer, try to work to the middle to pull it down so that it doesn't stretch out. Here we go. Oh, wow, guys. Look at that. See how my running board stuff does. Okay, it looks good. I did get a little black on top of the Legend, but it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this up, and then we'll finish it off. Boy, this is gonna be a quick one, guys. I'm not sure if I got quite enough paste right here. Okay. Okay, so I think I should do the words at the bottom in black. Is that what you guys would think? You guys, I forgot to tell you, to get the supplies for this, to join our Chalk Couture, which is only $21.99. I think it's $20 a month now. No, it's $21.99. Type in the word club in the comments and you'll receive a link back, and it'll give you a link so that you can take a look at it. And if it's something that you would like to join, go ahead and sign up. It's a 3-month commitment, but it is awesome. Awesome, awesome. What I love about it is usually you don't get a surface with it, but you get everything else you need because it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. They give you the coordinating paste colors and the transfer to start your design, and you can pick out your own surface or decorate it with whatever accessory they gave you, which this month the accessory was the surface. Okay, guys, let's pull it down. This will be our last pull down. That is awesome. Look at that. What do you guys think? Give it a heart if you love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, what I'm going to do is set it aside real quick. Now see how this did kind of curl at the bottom? That's because it was stuck pretty, I should have fuzzed a little more. And if you're using any other surface, I would say you could wax it with our surface wax. I didn't want to wax the galvanized steel because I thought it would be kind of smear the texture a little bit. But you certainly could. Now, I told you I was going to go ahead and put these paste packets down. So I'm going to get my squeegee and I'm going to move the paste that I squeezed up towards the top down. Okay, on each one of my packets. Move it away from the opening so it's not going to leak out. Move it down towards the bottom. And I'm just using my squeegee, which is kind of messy because they were dirty, but I can clean that off real quick. I'm just going to wet a paper towel here, and I'm going to clean off that mess I just made. So they're not quite as messy, although they will dry. And like I said, if you have anything left over extra, like I had a little bit of the red left, you cannot put it back in there, but perhaps you could save it and water it down and paint something with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean these off. I'm going to put them in a water bath so I can wash the squeegees. Then we're going to go ahead and clean our transfers. I'm just going to put these aside. I will fold them and tape them down and put them in a Ziploc bag. Is how I store them. Clean off my surface. Now, I have sprayed my transfer down. The sooner you spray those and get them wet, the sooner you'll be able to clean them easier. So, I am working with some highly pigmented colors here. The black and the red are a little bit harder and they stain a little bit more, but that's okay. If you stain your transfer, it's okay, but just get all that paste out of the silk screen of your transfer. Okay, so here's my first couple passes through. And you can tell it's still dirty, but I have something called a board eraser. It's like a magic eraser sponge. It is wet, and I am just going to go ahead and rub this over. And this does so much of the work of cleaning your transfer. It's just amazing. I like to rub mine a couple different directions. And I usually use both sides of my board eraser. And then I'll go ahead and rinse it out. Squeeze out the dirty water. Lift my transfer from my surface. Clean my surface below because I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And I don't want it to pick up any extra dirty water. So this time I'm going to put it sticky side up. You do need to clean both sides of your transfer. I'm going to spray it. And I'm going to use my board eraser gently because this is a sticky side and we want it to have sticky. We want it to stay sticky so that it works well next time. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. Rub all that paste out of the silk screen, go a couple different directions. Not rubbing that off. Your goal is not to erase that stick. I'm going to get a paper towel. Now when this is wet, this is sticky side up, you can glide a paper towel over it. When it dries, that sticky will come back. It will become sticky again. Okay, so it's almost clean. I can still see a little bit of paste, mainly staining. So I'm just going to go ahead and wet this down. Dry it with a paper towel. And I'm going to call this good. I'm going to dry it. You could let it sit out for a little bit just to dry, but I'm going to apply it back to my transfer backer. The yellow side, you're not going to use. The white side is what you're going to apply the sticky side of your transfer to. Smooth it down. Make sure it has a good connection to the backer sheet so that it stays sticky and doesn't pick up any lint. And here's our clean transfer. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in my clear cellophane envelope when I'm done. But I just wanted to go ahead and show you what we have with no additional materials at all. It is this beautiful sign. Now, a lot of people want to grunge these up, and that's fine. They either add like a distress or ink around the outside. Some people add cinnamon. I'm not going to do that though, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it like this because I love it like this. My next time around, I might do it different. Might use different colors, might grunge it up. But here's my project for today. This is the Chalk Couture Transfer for May. Type club in the comments if you're interested. Otherwise, feel free to contact me. Type in I notify in the comments if you want to be notified. Heart and like the video, follow, and share with your friends if you think that they would love it. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.